Namaste, this is Monica and today we are going to discuss some of the asanas for a meditation practice. Of course, meditation is one of my favorite practice in yoga, and when I started meditating, I could sit only for 5 to 10 minutes, and after that my knees, my feet, everything would start hurting. When I did my yoga teacher training, I learned a particular technique which I would like to share with you all. Also, what are the different asanas that you can use, because maybe one asana doesn't work for you but another one may work. So before we get on the asanas, we will first discuss the technique that I was talking about. So usually when you sit for meditation, say in cross-leg position, our knees are mostly up, they are not pointing down. It's better that we give some height to our hips so that our knees start pointing down. It gives a better blood circulation, it gives a nice lifting to your spine, a nice lifting to our chest, which is very imperative in the meditation practice. So a erect spine is the most important thing that we need in our meditation practice, because it keeps us alert, it keeps our focus strong, and we are able to concentrate much better if our spine is straight. So for that, what we are going to do, I have a blanket. I will tell you the alternate options that you can choose. So I usually use the blanket. You can see my blanket is very heavy. When I ordered, I had no idea it is going to come so heavy. But anyway, so what I did, I folded my blanket in fours, and then after that I chose the longest side. So when you're folding, you swipe your palm like this to make sure that you don't have a crease, otherwise your hips would be uneven and you don't want that. And then you can hold it like this and fold once again. So you can fold depending on how much height do you want, making sure again there is no crease in any of the folds. So I'm going to take this height. If you want to fold more, you can do that, and I'm going to place it here to show you all. Now you have to sit at the edge of the blanket and cross your legs, and now you can see I have a better lifting in my hips, better lifting in my chest, and my knees are pointing down. Now if you do not have a blanket, you can use a block or you can use a cushion. But don't use a pillow or a cushion which is very fluffy, because your hips will just sink down in the pillow and then it is of no use. Instead of that, it is better than you sit on the floor. So you can choose any of that. For example, I'll show you with the block as well. So you can place a block, place your hips over the block, place the hands on the side, lift your hips up again, and place them back so that the middle of our sit bones are on the block, and then you can sit. Okay, so if not block, the cushion. I'm going to use the blanket for now. So I'm well settled on my blanket. Now we will discuss the first asana, which is Sukhasana. Stretch your legs out. Cross leg position, you must be knowing, we all know, especially in India. Bend your right knee, bring your right foot under your left thigh. Bend your left knee, bring your left foot under your right thigh. This is your Sukhasana. If you feel that your knees are still up, you are rounding your back, then I would suggest increase the height, and then you would be much better. Number 2 is Siddhasana. So there are 2 variations of Siddhasana. I'll tell you both. So for Siddhasana, you stretch your legs out, keeping your spine straight, hands on the side. Bend your right knee, place your right heel touching your perineum area. Place your knee down. Your right sole is touching your left thigh. Now you're going to bend your left knee and place your left heel over your right heel. It has to be on top of your right heel. So this is also almost touching your perineum area, your groin area. And now we are going to tuck our foot inside our calf muscles and our thighs. So you can tuck your left foot, your left toes inside your right thigh and your right calf. Now to tuck your right foot, pull your right thumb with your fingers, pull it up. So this is going to be your final look of this asana. So you can see over here, my both of the feet are tucked well, and I feel a strong binding within my legs. Because we have this binding, you know, my feet are well tucked in, I feel more stable, I feel more grounded in this asana. And of course the hand mudra can be your chin mudra, so your palms facing up, your thumb and the index finger touching each other. then you can close your eyes, see your spine, see the alignment of your spine. Always our head, neck, spine, our tailbone, they're all in the same line. So this is your another option. If we move to another variation of this asana, instead of putting your left heel over your right heel, you can simply place it outside, right outside our right foot, in such a way that heels are still in the same line and the sole of my left foot is touching my right shin. So this can be another position. Hand mudra can be same, spine straight, and you can sit in this asana as well. I usually sit in this asana. I'll tell you why. Because when we do this asana, the first variation of Siddhasana, wherein my left heel is on top of my right, the knuckles start kind of hurting. Of course, you can place a folded napkin or any cloth between your knuckles so that they don't hurt each other. They don't have any friction with each other. So you can do that, but to avoid that, I just generally put my foot down. If you're more comfortable placing your left foot first, you can do that. It is not necessary that always your left foot has to be on top. If your right foot can also be on the top. So now we move to another one. You bring your knees together. We are going to sit over our heels, which is Vajrasana. Now swing your knees back and sitting over your heels. Now you can see I'm very easily sitting over my heels. My big toes are together. It is possible that you have a gap between your heels and your hips. In that case, again, you can place a cushion or the blanket itself between your heels and your hips. It will give you a very good lifting. Your palms can be just resting over your thighs, or you can use chin mudra. Place the back of your palm on your thighs, palms facing up. Close your eyes. This is another variation. The next one is Veerasana. Between Siddhasana, the one which I have explained you before, and Veerasana are my personal go-to asanas for meditation. Start with the kneeling down position and separate your legs. Start taking your hips down to place them in between our foot. So we are going to keep our foot parallel to each other, and then again we can just simply place our palms. Now in this one also, maybe your hips are just not reaching on the floor, and then you can use a block, cushion, or the folded blanket, anything under your hips. So this is how it is going to look from the back. So use as much height as you need to sit over so that you can your hips and chest can be nicely lifted. For hands, you can choose any mudra that you want, chin mudra, gyan mudra, or you can simply place your palms over your knees. So these are the 4 asanas that you can use for your meditation practice using the technique. Trust me, it works wonders. You can try and test it, and you will see the improvement in your own meditation practice. And I really hope this is going to work for you, and I wish you a very beautiful meditation journey. Thank you for joining me in. I hope to see you again in some other practice. Until then, bye-bye.